Well, today I'm going to share with you the parable of the 10 bridesmaids, or the 10 virgins, as sometimes it's called. Some understanding of a Jewish wedding might be helpful. It didn't take place over 2 hours or 3 hours, but a period of time, sometimes days. Now, I think that's important in trying to understand the nuances of a parable of this kind. Matthew chapter 25, 1 to 13. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps but didn't take any oil with them. The wise ones, however, took oil in their lamps along with their lamps. The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight, the cry rang out, "Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him." When all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps, the foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "there may not be enough for both of us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with them to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later the others came. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I don't know you. Therefore keep watch, because you don't know the day or the hour." Now, this parable is a powerful one. And the whole basis of this parable is between the comparing of the wise and the foolish. The 5 foolish bridesmaids had no oil for their lamps. They got their nice lamps, but no oil for them. Now, the wise bridesmaids had spare flasks of oil. It had a context that really, I think, as we start to move towards Advent and we start thinking about end times, it has a context in relation to the coming of Jesus. It seems to me that that's really one of the things that it's about. Here comes the bridegroom, come out to meet him. And being ready. Being ready is, of course, the overriding theme of this particular parable. Being ready is so very important. I know some people who are never ready. No matter what you do, their time never fits in. They're never ready for what's required of them. Now, the wise couldn't share. And the reason they couldn't share was not because they wanted to be mean. They knew very well that if they shared what they got, neither of them would be ready for the bridegroom. The foolish went out to buy more at the advice of the wise. And of course, while they were away buying oil for that replacement oil that was so necessary, they were locked out. Now, we're told that we're locked out, and it's a powerful end to the parable, really. Later, the others came and said, "Lord, Lord, open the door to us." But he replied, "Truly, I tell you, I don't know you." Now, you could see this parable as feeling very cruel almost. But the point of parables is not every little detail. It's one overriding message. And if I was to read that out, and as a group of us sat down and we were to write down just in a sentence what the parable is all about, I'm sure it wouldn't be long before some of us decided our attention should focus on that thought of being ready. Being ready. Being ready for Jesus Christ when he comes in his kingdom. Being ready for the challenges of life. Being ready for things that might be presented to us and might make all the difference to the way we live our lives. I mean, where do you and I stand? Are we the wise? Are we giving ourselves to the attention of being ready for whatever lies ahead? Or are we foolish? And we may be foolish. Are we foolish in the sense that we are so concerned about having the right lamp there that we forgot we needed the spare oil to be able to fill it at that moment when it's necessary? Well, that difference is there. In our own lives, those two features and factors may occur. And Jesus challenges every one of us in this parable to be ready. To be ready for the kingdom of God. The great message of Matthew's gospel is the kingdom of God. To be ready for the kingdom he brings. To be ready in the circumstances of life that are ours. So often we have guests on this show who talk about their lives and reflect upon them. So often we tell stories about our work, and being ready is an important component in those stories. Being ready at the right time, at the right moment. For Colin, it meant going off and going out back beyond Burke, as we say, so that he could be ready for the opportunities that might lie ahead for him. I wonder what it has to say to you today. I wonder where you find yourself. Are you with the 5 who are eager and ready? Or are you sadly with the 5 who are foolish and unready for what it is that God is asking for us?